Hello there, it is Elsarim Angel reading another one of these things for you. And I guess it has been a while since I last did one of these, 6 months to be exact. But here is a Sherlock X listener for you, and I'll leave links in the description below. I totally messed up the word, but oh well. I'll leave a link in the description below for you so that you can go check out where I got this. And I wrote it myself actually. It'll be a bit of a longer video because it's over 1,000 words. So I don't know if you like that. Okay, that's your thing. If you don't like that, tell me in the comments below, and I'll make it shorter or longer for you guys, of course. Alright, on to the video. The night you first met Sherlock was like any other night. You were walking home from the office, as you always do, going down the streets near the police building because it always made you feel that much safer, and then you continued down a few more blocks to your apartment building. Except the night was a bit more colder because it was almost fall. The summer was fading, but you expected that. The cold breeze was nice. The streets were illuminated by nothing but street lamps. You remember that it was a cloudy night. They had forecasted for rain. The air was a bit moist, so rain was gonna happen, but it was calm before the storm hit. Why do I keep saying storm? It was calm before the storm hit, before he literally ran into you. You were almost by a sketchy alleyway you hated walking by. You thought of going out of your way and onto the next street, but of course you never did. You didn't want your silly fear to get the better of you. As you neared it, a man suddenly jumped out. He didn't even glance at you because he was too busy running. You held onto your bag as you got scared. You bit your tongue and held you screaming. And then a force hit you so badly the two of you fell over. Next time, move out of the way. Watch it! The man shouted at you before quickly running off after the other guy. You stayed there on the ground in shock. What the holy hell just happened? Thoughts and questions ran through your mind as you tried to get up slowly, at least get home before your legs get too tired. You got up and quickly walked over to a light post. You sighed out in frustration. You always try to get rid of your fear and forget about it, but your fear controlled you. Your legs had given out. They were nothing but jelly. You could have growled when you still felt your heart beating out of your chest. Why does this always happen? You groaned before sitting down at the bottom of the lamppost. You decided to wait the few minutes to recover, all while looking at the alleyway. You were too close. Your fear was heightened by it, but you couldn't move because your fear wouldn't allow you to. Hey! You glanced up at the soaking wet man. Wasn't that guy that yelled at you before? What? You said and tried to move, but your limbs were stiff. Have you left since I ran by? The man questioned you while looking at you. That was only a few minutes ago, alright? You said before pulling yourself up from your sitting position. You shivered from the realization that it wasn't a few moments ago. It was more like maybe half an hour to an hour ago as the rain had started and had soaked you through your clothes. He didn't offer his help. Instead, he started to look at the ground. Why don't you go home? He asked before looking up at you. Suddenly, you weren't looking at the rude man that had barreled you to the ground. You were looking at a man with shaggy black hair that was drenched and clinging to his face, eyes so blue that the sky would have seemed dull, bones so structured and sharp, knife should have shamed. What was that sentence? You are a jerk, you said, trying to pull yourself away from his mesmerizing eyes, but you couldn't. And for some reason, that man wouldn't look away from your eyes either. Actually, is high-functioning sociopath. He said so quietly you almost didn't catch it due to the rain. You looked at him and you were finally able to tear your eyes apart only to laugh. That's a lot of confidence. How so? To say such a thing so seriously and with pride, yet it's an excuse and you know that. So it is. What's your name? It's Sherlock. Sherlock Holmes. He said, and then you remembered. He was in the paper. He's a private detective or consultant detective. What the fuck? He's a private detective or a consultant detective. What's yours? He asked through your whole conversation. His eyes still haven't left your own. My name is... You told him with a smile. What's your last name? He asked. Oh, it doesn't really matter. What's in the name? You asked him. You? He stated simply. Then, what does Sherlock Holmes mean? How does it make you, you? It's the first thing a person knows about me, usually, he said and thought for a second. My last name is... And then it was quiet. He stared at you, and you stared at him while under the lights of the post, while the rain proved that water can be as really loud as it hits the ground. You know, you are a witness. What? You questioned Sherlock Holmes. It was silent for a few moments that the sudden interrogation surprised you. You got used to the silence with him. It was quite peaceful. You are a key witness in this. I'll need to take down your contact information to ask you questions if needed in the future, he said. He's asking for your number? Are you asking for my number? He asked while smiling. In a way, yes. My purposes were stated already. Will we discuss my important memory as a witness over tea? You asked him while still smiling. There's a good chance we could have tea while discussing it, he said, still dodging the bullet. Alright, Mr. Holmes, I'll give you my number, but I expect Earl Grey, he said. Only the finest. The end. So it wasn't as long as I thought it was gonna be, and anyways, it didn't take that long to record, so I'm really happy about that, though the editing process was longer than recording, obviously, and I'm still recording. It's gonna be so long. Anyways, thank you for watching this. I'll leave links in the description. If you guys really like this, I hope you guys like vlogging, because I have a vlogging channel that I started, and I actually upload it, so you should go check that out. And there's some pictures that I know are questionable, but technically it's Sherlock related, so I left them in. So thank you for watching this. Continue back next week, because I'll try and upload one video per week. So there you go. Thank you. Bye bye.